Hello, God bless you, and welcome again to my channel. Just a quick word for us today. Thanksgiving is the secret to the heart of God. If you want your prayers to be answered faster, engage in thanksgiving. Always give thanks. Always start your prayers with thanksgiving. There is something I observe. Whenever I want to pray and I start thanking God, I spend more time thanking God. I keep thanking God. In the process of thanking God, I hear the voice of God. In the process of giving thanks, calling out the things that God did for me, thanking God for the things that He did, and appreciating Him, in the process, He will speak to me. Sometimes I wouldn't need to tell Him whatever I need. He will just tell me what to do, and I will get what I want. Thanksgiving is the secret to the heart of God. 2 days ago, the Spirit of God spoke to me. He gave me an idea. And He said to me, turn your prayer points into thanksgiving points. Somebody needs to hear that. Turn your prayer points into thanksgiving points. You see those things you want God to do for you? Instead of asking God to heal you, instead of asking God, Father, please heal me, I'm sick, just say, Father, I thank you for healing me. So those things you want God to do for you, instead of coming to complain, to cry, to murmur, turn them into thanksgiving. And you say, Father, I thank you because you've given me a new job. You see, something happened in the Bible. Lazarus died and Jesus was called. And when Jesus went there, the Bible said that he lifted up his hands and he said, Father, I thank you because you hear me anytime I call. You hear me anytime I call. He didn't say, Father, bring Lazarus back to life. He said, Father, I thank you because you hear me anytime I call. That was the beginning of the prayer. And before he could finish, Lazarus came back to life. In the wilderness, 5,000 people came to hear Jesus preach. And they were hungry. For 3 days, they were hungry. And Jesus lifted up few breads and fishes. And he said, Father, thank you. And they multiplied and he fed the people. I want to encourage you. Turn your prayer points, those things you want God to do for you, turn them into thanksgiving and start thanking God. Right? You want God to probably give you a child. Just tell God, Father, thank you for giving me a child. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. That's what the Bible says in the book of Hebrews. You are not seeing it, but you are seeing it in the spirit. You've not touched it, but you are seeing it in the spirit. You are touching it in the spirit. That's what faith is. Faith is the evidence. You believe it, you see it coming, and you are saying it, and you are making plans for it. So those things you want God to do for you, begin to thank God for them. Stop praying about them. What I mean is, stop complaining. Don't come to God complaining. Most of us, we have this attitude of complaining. When you go to God, you are crying, you are complaining. God does not respond to tears. He doesn't respond to tears. When you come to God and you are crying, He doesn't respond to tears. He responds to faith. Now, that is not to say that if your heart is heavy, that you should not cry out. That's not what I'm saying. But while you are crying, make sure that you have faith in God. And how do you express your faith? By thanking God. Father, I thank you because you've had me. I thank you because this car, I'm getting it. I thank you because this job is mine. I'm going to take it. I thank you because my children will obey you. In the book of Romans, talking about Abraham, the Bible says that Abraham staggered not at the promise of God, but he was strong in faith, giving glory to God. He expressed his faith by giving glory to God. How do you express faith? By giving glory to God. So start thanking God for those things you want Him to do for you. I repeat, stop murmuring and stop complaining and stop crying. When you go to God, when you go to God, give thanks. Just give thanks. Father, I thank you. Now, let me show you something. This is my prayer altar. This is where I meet God. This is where I meet God every day. Now, when I come here at my prayer altar, I don't come complaining. I don't come telling God, do this for me, do that for me. No, I come giving thanks. The Bible said you enter his gates with thanksgiving in your heart, and you enter his courts with praise. So when I come to God, I'm thanking God. Father, I thank you because I'm alive. Father, I thank you because I'm healed. At that moment, I'm probably sick, but I'm saying, Father, thank you because I'm healed. Right? So anytime you keep thanking God, or you start thanking God for those things that you don't have, you'll begin to have them. Let me conclude by saying this. Where you are is somebody's dream. Somebody's dreaming to be like you. Somebody's believing God to be where you are. So have an attitude of gratitude and stop complaining. Have an attitude of gratitude and stop complaining. Look around you and you see what God has done. If you think that your case is the worst, I want you to go to a mortuary and look around. Go to mortuary and look around. You see what God has done. Go to a graveyard, look around, and you see what God has done for you. If you are watching this video and you are listening to me, you have a reason to thank God. Somebody is homeless on the street. Somebody is hungry somewhere. Somebody has no clothes to wear. Somebody has lost his mind and totally gone insane. But you are in your right mind. You probably have a place to stay. You have a job. You are married. You have children. You are healthy. You have a reason to thank God. Stop complaining. Stop the attitude of complaint and murmuring. Some of us will have this habit of calling people and you are complaining. Come to a point where you say to yourself, God is enough for me. God is enough for me. You see, God was speaking to Abraham. After Abraham and Lot parted ways, Abraham told Lot, his cousin, take any part of the land and I'm fine with taking the other part. And Lot took the better side, the greener part. And God spoke to Abraham and he said to him, I am your exceeding great reward. I am your exceeding great. I am all you need. And if you have me, you don't have a need. If you have me, you don't have a need. God told Abraham, I am all you need. Let Lot take the better side. I am all you need. I am all you will ever need. And today Abraham is the father of all nations. And God still built a palace for him in heaven. Abraham is the only human being who lived on the earth. And in heaven, he has his own palace in heaven. He has his own palace in his name in heaven. I want to encourage you. Have an attitude of gratitude. Stop complaining about your spouse. And thank God you even have a spouse. Stop complaining about your children. And thank God you even have children. Stop complaining about your job. Thank God you even have a job. I'm telling you, some people don't have jobs. Some people were fired. Some people lost their license. They can't work again. They can't work again. Look around you and see what God has done and thank God. Sometimes you need to write your thanksgiving points. The way you write prayer points, you need to take a pen and write down the things God has done. So you thank Him intentionally. Thank Him. Appreciate Him. If you are watching this video, you have a reason to thank God because you are alive. You are not blind. You are not deaf. You have a reason to thank God. Steve, what's his name again? Steve Wonders, the award-winning musician. Most of you know Steve Wonders. They were asking him, what is your greatest desire or wish in life? He's a blind man, but he plays all instruments. Steve Wonder plays all instruments, but he's blind. And he said, I wish I could see the light for a second. I wish I could see the light for a second. Most of you, you need to thank God that you can see the light. right? You need to thank God you can see the light. God bless you. Have the attitude of gratitude. All right, bye.